Hello. I have never made a tutorial video before, so this video may be bad, so I apologize for that. But if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. But I'm going to be doing two tutorials in this video, one of which is how to skip the entirety of Graveyard Shift at Freddy's, the entire game, just with a few button clicks, and also how to get the Golden Freddy Jumpscare in Graveyard Shift at Freddy's. I won't waste any more time. Please ignore my background. I did not have any time to change it, and I didn't have a picture to change it to, so it's just gonna have to be there. What I went ahead and did is I removed all of my desktop backgrounds into this corner so that you guys can only see the parts that you need for this for simplicity. So without further ado, let's get into this. For the first part, we are going to be skipping the entirety of Graveyard Shift at Freddy's, and what you are going to need, for both segments actually, are these two programs, one of which is the game itself, which you can find archived on several different websites, but if you need me to upload my copy, I absolutely can do that. Just please let me know, as I'm not sure if the archives up right now are safe to download or not, but please be careful when downloading copies. So what you are going to want to do is go to the GitHub page for this program that I have linked in the description, and you're going to want to find the text that says releases, and then click on it. Next, you will be greeted with several different versions of this program. The one at the top is the latest version, and the one at the bottom is the oldest version. Now, if possible, you should get the newest version. However, personally, the newest version did not launch properly on my computer. So if that is the case, you should get release number 5 or release number 4 if that one doesn't work for whatever reason. Just get the latest version that works on your computer. I am going to be using version number 5 for this because that is the latest one that works on my computer personally. After clicking on your version that you select, you're going to want to click on the zip file here, which will commence it to save to your computer. It'll ask where you want to save it. I'll save it to my desktop, and you'll click save, and it should download relatively fast. After it's finished downloading, you will have a zip file here, and you can open it right up. And all of the files you need will be inside of it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make a new folder with the same name as the zip file, preferably, just to avoid confusion. And you're going to want to put all of these files in the zip folder into the new folder. I already have the program installed in this folder already, so I will not be doing that again, but just know that you just need to drag and drop all the files in the zip file, and then just put them in a new folder. Now you can test if your program works properly by opening up the exe here, and it should ask you if you want to make changes to your computer. You're going to want to click yes. They don't make changes to your computer. All it does is open this little tab here. I'm not too sure why it has the warning, but it is perfectly safe, I assure you. So once you have this tab here, you are ready to go. The program has successfully worked, and the version you're using should be good to go. Now that you have confirmed that your copy of ClickTeam Fusion Pointer Viewer is working, you can now open your copy of Graveyard Shift at Freddy's. Now what I like to do is put these two side by side so that the game is right here where you can see it well, and the sidebar is right here where you can easily access the menus and such. Now what you're going to want to do is on this side right here, you're going to want to click on it, and it will show every single active app that is on your computer right now. You're going to want to scroll until you find Graveyard Shift at Freddy's, which should be called this. You're going to want to click on that and then press load. It may take a little bit to load, but it shouldn't take too long. From here, you will have all the objects that are loaded on screen right now, right here, but that is not relevant at the moment. What is relevant, however, is this title bar right here. Right on this title bar is where you can find all of the scenes in the game. Now with this title card, you're going to want to right click it, and you should see this little drop down menu here. This little drop down menu shows the frames, aka the different scenes in the game. What you're going to want to do is go to the bottom of this menu and look at all the frames. Now when you first launch the game, the only frame that should be named properly is the menu, because that is the only frame that you have been to thus far. However, all of these frames you can load in just by clicking on them. With all these frames being unnamed, you can imagine that they're pretty hard to navigate through without knowing which scene is which. So I will send you the pain of having to click through all of these and tell you that the frame that you need to focus on for this segment is frame number 7, which is the ending of the game. By jumping to frame number 7, you will enter the ending cutscene, which will automatically trigger the game to think that you have completed all of nights 1 through 5. So once you are ready to commence that, you are going to want to click on frame number 7. Now that you have commenced the ending cutscene, you can now rest assured that the game thinks that you have beat the entirety of it, without having to do anything at all besides press a few buttons. You can skip this entire ending cutscene if you want. All you have to do is sit through the Freddy Bear jump scare at the start of the ending cutscene, and then you will have gotten the first star on the game. So here is our star, and you can now access the extras menu, which is right here. From here, you can decide whether you want to do the same thing with Grave Danger mode, aka the game's hard mode, or if you want to just leave it at this and just completed the game to see the extras menu. However, if you do want to complete Grave Danger mode also by doing the same steps, there is one thing you have to do beforehand, which is activate Grave Danger mode. So, you first have to beat the game normally, or just do what I did to trick the game into thinking you beat it. And then you're going to want to go to the settings menu and activate Grave Danger mode by double clicking it. It should make a beep noise, and then you can press stop. Then from there, you can do the same steps as before, just by right clicking the title of the game, jumping to the frame, and it should be labeled as ending now that you have been through that frame. So you just go ahead and click on it again. You should get the Freddy Bear jump scare, and from here, you are able to skip the entirety of this remaining part. All you have to do is sit through the Freddy Bear jump scare. If all the steps have been done correctly, you should have both stars on your menu screen now, which means that according to the game, you have beat Grave Danger mode and normal mode. From there, that's pretty much it. You've beat the game. Here's also a quick tutorial on how to skip to certain nights if you wish to be on a certain night instead of a different one. So if you're ever stuck on a night and you want to beat the game fairly but really don't want to do that night, you can. We are going to go ahead and start our game. We will be skipping the cutscene because it's not relevant. Obviously, night 1 is pretty easy, but I'm going to be skipping night 1 just for the simplicity of this. Now, once you have loaded into the night, you're going to want to do the same thing where you right click on the title and go to the jump to frame section. From here, you're going to want to find the frame that loads in the 6 a.m., which will be frame 9. After you have loaded in frame 9, it will show you the 6 a.m. screen, and you will complete whatever shift you are currently on. You can do this with any night, and you can even do it with nights past night 5. However, it does not lead to another night afterwards. It is simply just a glitch. With that, the first segment is now over. We can now continue on to getting the Golden Freddy jump scare in the game. Now this one is a bit trickier, as you're going to need to locate some certain options that may be buried on the sidebar. But don't worry, I will help you find them, of course. Now the best and easiest option that I recommend highly is to do this on night 1. So what we're going to want to do is load into night 1. After loading into night 1, you're going to want to skip the phone call so that Bonnie will activate. However, we do not want Bonnie to ruin our Easter egg hunt here, so we are going to deactivate his AI for simplicity. To do this, we are going to go to the sidebar here, which should have gameplay loaded, and we are going to scroll down until we find Values AI. We're going to click on that, and this little menu right here should pop up. You're going to want to click on Active Object Structure, then Alterables, then Alterable Flags. From here, you should get a lot of numbers, but the one we only have to worry about is number 1, which is the only one checked off on night 1. You're going to want to click on that, and it should deactivate Bonnie. Now that Bonnie is no longer a concern, we can continue on. What we are going to do is go to the next one down, which is Values Events. You're going to want to click on that, and do the same thing where you click on Active Object Structure, and then Alterables. However, this time, we are going to be going to Values. In this menu, there will be several values. There's only one of these that matters, which is value number 7. Number 7 is what triggers the Golden Freddy jump scare. I'm unsure which one of these triggers Golden Freddy in the hallway, but if you're able to figure that out, then it is in this list somewhere. What you're going to want to do is, when you are prepared, you are going to want to change this value to 1. Nothing will happen at first. However, afterwards, flip your camera up. And then, when you're ready, flip it back down. You should be jump scared by Golden Freddy. This same system also works with other Easter eggs. However, there is only one at the moment that I know how to trigger besides Golden Freddy, which is the speaker in your office playing music. I will get better footage of this later, but for now I will show you how to trigger that. It's going to be in the same section as Golden Freddy, except for the values menu. It is not going to be in values. It's going to be in flags instead. You're going to want to click on flags and open this up. And you're going to want to just click on the first one, which should be unchecked. But go ahead and check it when you are ready. It should go ahead and start playing the music. It's pretty loud, so I would suggest, if you try this, to turn down your volume. As far as I'm aware, once you have checked this off once a night, you are unable to trigger it again. As you can see, I can uncheck it and recheck it, and it will not do anything. So once you do it once, you're going to have to start a new night in order to do it again if you want to. That is pretty much all that I have to showcase. I really hope that this all helped, and I hope that this wasn't too hard to follow, as this was completely unscripted, and I had to edit a lot out and re-record a lot of things because I'm really bad at this sort of thing. So if you have any questions or if you need me to make more videos on specific things, just let me know and I can. But for now, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. And oh,